Hi, welcome to episode 2 of Stop, Think, Step Up. I'm so glad that you're here. I don't know if 2 actually constitutes being on a roll, but I'll take it. Sometimes it's just about showing up. So this week, we're going to talk about inspiration. So we talked about finding things in this community that make us stop and think and then change our behaviors, right? That we step up to a different level, that we become a better version of ourselves. And the link there is something that's so critical that we find this inspiration, something that internally makes us want to be a better person. And so inspire is from Latin, which I think a lot of things are, but it comes from this idea of to blow into or to breathe into. And if you think about it, when you're feeling inspired, there's kind of that moment of that makes you gasp, that makes you draw in air, right? That we're alive and we're taking in the things around us. And there's a bunch of different ideas and definitions of inspiration, but the one that I found so great was this idea of this opportunity to emotionally learn, that we're not only interested in something, but then emotionally connected to us as well. And what we're going to talk about this week is just the basic biology, and I am no biology major by any stretch, but this is kind of the layman's understanding of it. When you do something that's new, that you're doing for the first time, and we take MRIs of the brain, the front part of the brain is taking all of the oxygen. And when we do something that's learned, that we're comfortable with, it's the back part of the brain that's doing the work. And if it's something that we're bored with or not engaged in at all, even if it's a task that we're doing, there's kind of no oxygen happening in the brain. But if we're inspired, right? If we're witnessing something that makes us not only want to do that, but also makes us believe that we can, the whole brain lights up. So we're using the entire bandwidth of our brain. That's why creativity is so rich at that time, because we're using the full capacity of our brain, right? And so our ability to make these new connections, to believe that we can do something we didn't previously think we could, exists in these moments of inspiration. So on a biological level, that's what's happening. Physically, that might manifest in, butterflies in your stomach, or that feeling of your stomach dropping, or sweaty pits, or nervous laughter. Whatever that is for you, there's a physical manifestation of it as well. Something that I saw, this was like a decade ago, that inspired me. I remember so vividly seeing this older couple, probably in their 90s, in Las Vegas, of all places. And they were just getting off the elevator, and he was helping her put her jacket on. And he had his cane and had a hard time walking. And I just remember stopping and watching this process that took probably 90 seconds. But I believed, and I put my own story on these people, but this man's duty was to take care of his wife, and as long as he could stand, he would help her put her jacket on. And I know, you have this like instant thought. I'm sure I pulled up my phone and went on Match.com and tried to find my soulmate, but it was longer lasting than that. It was the sentiment that I saw of caretaking and compassion that I knew that anybody that I loved, I wanted that level of caretaking and that duty to make someone's life better at any age. It gave me this long vision of love, both romantic love and friendship love and family love, right? That this is a process that we go through our whole lives. And I can say that it changed the way that I interacted, the conversations I had with people that I cared about. I made sure that they knew that I cared about them, and I took that responsibility very seriously. And so we have these moments that stay with us forever, and they're complete strangers, and it was 90 seconds in my life, but it's something that I would never forget. I'm sure you have those stories too. So if you do, please share that in the comments and share the stories, or post videos about moments that you were inspired, because the whole idea is that we connect on these levels, and something that inspired you may inspire me, and hopefully when we start to share these things, we are motivated to change our behaviors to be a better, more authentic version of ourselves. So that's episode 2. Thanks for checking it out. I'll put a link to episode 1 at the end of this. Again, all comments and feedback is always awesome. If there's anything you think I should address, I would love to hear about it. And we always end with a single step, so an ask of something that I'm going to try to do, and I want you to try to do before the next episode. And And for this week, it's get real granular on inspiration, right? So the next time you're feeling inspired or you witness something that inspires you to change, I want you to really notice physiologically what's happening to you, right? Like, what are your reactions? And then we can start to feel those feelings and kind of lean into moments that elicit those feelings. So again, just get real granular on what happens to you specifically when you're feeling inspired. Thanks again for checking it out. Until next week, be good, be yourself, be the change you want to see. Thanks.